Good morning and welcome to Confessions of a Care Model, where I talk about knowledge of this industry from somebody who's been in it for almost 15 years. Today we are going to talk about a really interesting one, body dysmorphia. A lot of women struggle with body dysmorphia, me being one of them. I know you wouldn't believe it with as long as I've been in this industry, or as confident as I portray myself. It's a lot easier now than it was when I first started, but it definitely has been a struggle. Just generally kind of getting used to the fact that, like, not even used to, I guess, like having an awareness of, like, if everyone else finds you this attractive, like, you're obviously attractive. Which I know sounds stupid, but as someone who just doesn't see myself the same way everyone else sees me, it was really hard on days, like I mentioned, where people would say, "You're fat or you're ugly," because I'm like, in my head I'm screaming, "I know!" And this was years ago. Thankfully, I don't feel the same way now. But I think that's like a huge reason why not to be in this industry, is because, like, if you don't view yourself positively, if you don't have a strong, like, background or, like, backbone, if you're not, like, confident enough in yourself to be like, you think, you should not be in this industry. This industry is not for the weak. This industry makes guys say the craziest shit. And so it's just, for me, I was like, man, how did I do that? Like, how? Well, there was a point when I started where I didn't feel like there was another option. It wasn't that I was trapped, it was that, like, I couldn't see myself doing something else, if that makes sense. And so I was like, well, I just have to deal with it. And this was before my kiddo. And so I, like I said, afterwards realized I needed a change of way. And I knew that being dominant, I had so much fun when I was camming and I got to play with it. Like, I had always been switch. And so when I got to be dominant on cam, I always loved it. I think because the way I was advertising myself at that age, I was getting it, here and there. So when I came back after my kiddo and I decided that, something in my eyeball, squeeze me, when I decided I was going to be all dom, it just worked out perfectly for me, because being dom, people aren't going to insult you. And, like, I mean, I lie. Being dom, less people are going to insult you, question you, talk shit to you, belittle you, make you feel like you're not good enough. And so it worked a little bit better for me while I was still struggling while I was still struggling with self-image issues. So that definitely helped, because it was less likely, but I still would get it. And it's been something that for years I have to, like, still overcome and remind myself, like, I have good days and I have bad days. And when I have a day where I'm like, I don't like anything about myself, I just have to, like, look in the mirror and, like, thank my body for, like, certain things. Like, my eyes can see, and, like, my mouth allows me to talk and breathe. And, like, it's stupid, but it's, like, where it started. So if you're struggling with body dysmorphia, that's a really good starting place, is, like, if you can't be grateful for yourself, be at least neutral towards yourself. And so, or, like, thankful for what your body can do for you. So yeah, I think it's definitely been interesting, because I'll look at my videos sometimes and I'll be like, I hate everything about this. Can't stand it. Don't want to post it. Show my husband and he's like, what do you not like about it? This and 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 this. I didn't notice. Great. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. You look so cute. It's always, I didn't notice that. And when I started realizing that it was the perfectionist in me, like picking myself apart for no good reason, things that no one would notice. Oh my God, my tag's sticking out of my dress. You know how many videos I've deleted because a tag was sticking out of clothing? Do you know how good those videos were? Like, oh, it kills me sometimes. It kills me to think about how some self-loathing, or not even self-loathing, just lack of self-love could like lead me to like be so foolish because I just didn't see it. So I think that definitely if you struggle with body image, like I told myself when I first started, oh my God, it's gonna make me so much more confident. It's gonna make me feel so much better about myself. I'm sorry, honey, if you're basing your self-value on somebody whose thing is in their hand, their opinion, their thing is in their hand, and you care about their opinion, no. For two reasons I'm saying this. Because one, when they say something mean, no, they've got their thing in their hand. That's what I remind myself every time. And when they say something nice too, it's not always genuine. Like, we know as women, men will tell you anything to get into your pants. Even if they don't think there's a chance, they will say anything that they want to hear, that they think you want to hear, hoping that there is this single possibility that you're going to do something that they want you to do that you maybe wouldn't for someone else. That maybe you'll be a little freakier. Or, yeah, you'll want to obey them because they said you're beautiful. Get the flip out of here. I just definitely think that if you struggle with body dysmorphia, it's something you need to have a little control on before you start. When I started, I had far too many mental ups and downs because of it. Because as soon as somebody would tell me that I was ugly on a day that I felt ugly, like freaking, it was the end of the world. It really was. And it is. When you're struggling with that, it is. Because you're sitting there going, oh my God, I was right. They just validified everything I ever thought and everything I've ever said about myself. Do you hear how delusional that sounds? In case you're thinking the way I used to think, do you hear how delusional that sounds? I hope so. I hope for your sake, because it took me far too long to like value myself. It took me far too long to like stop looking for the problem in myself. No one else sees it. Why the F do I care? Why do you care to search for the problem in yourself? So, I don't know. I definitely think that if you struggle with body dysmorphia, it is something you should get on lock before you start an industry like this. Mainly just because what it's going to do, the ups and the downs. You don't need to have people with things in their hands causing your ups and downs. You need to know that you are confident and strong in yourself. You need to be able to tell someone, I don't care what you think. You need to remind yourself that like, you don't care what these people think. That they are just people. I tell guys a lot of the time, I tell people a lot of the time when I'm camming that you're never gonna see me in real life. Like, this is like very clearly, like, you're like, what are you afraid of? You know what I mean? Like, and I get that we're never gonna see these people in real life, and like their opinions don't really like matter per se, but it still hurts to have someone say mean things to you. So as much as I know that, like, their opinions don't matter, I also understand feelings do. So just keep that in mind if this is something that you're thinking about doing. I honestly think that a lot less people should think about doing this and should find more vanilla paths, because this is beyond blown up. I mean, I'm noticing it more and more, just even with all the red pill stuff going on. I'm noticing a lot more, like, just rude, disrespectful, entitled men who are, like, so fed up with women very clearly that they just come in and they're like, ask for, like, the craziest stuff, and then you go, no, I don't do that, and they just as quick as possible out of the room. And I hate to say that we kind of slightly a little bit have only ourselves to blame for this. And I say ourselves, even though I'm not a part of this generation of women. I've been with the same man forever. But, you know, all of this, like, bringing FinDom into, like, normal relationships type stuff has definitely created a little bit of divide between men and women, I think. That's a topic for another day, but I definitely am seeing it in the way that men are treating me generally that, like, come into the room. And this is why I say, like, you'll deal with this stuff still, even being, like, one side or the other, right? Like, I'm full dom, but I still go on to my campsite where every type of freaking person is coming. I could have a guy from Russia one day, I could have a guy from India the next day, I could have a guy from Ireland, I could have a guy from America, and each one of these guys could have a different thing, you know what I mean? One could want something to be made fun of, one could want to be eating it, one could want to not touch it all. It's all different, but because of that, you're also going to get the random vanilla guy who comes into your room and is like, are you going to F your A? No, sir, I don't do that. And they're like, and you either get just jump out of the room or you get insult then jump. It's wild. It's a wild place to be. And I think that it's easy to be like, oh, I could handle all of the ups and downs. Girl, from someone who's handled all of the ups and downs, this shit ain't easy. As from someone who has handled all of these ups and downs for almost 15 years now, it's not always worth it. Like, I love what I do now, but if I didn't have the confidence I do now, because with the confidence I have now, I can tell people to screw off, because I'm not, like, eager or desperate for the money or, like, any of that, but, like, because I just know it will come another way, you know? But I put myself in young me's shoes, and young me was, like, so excited to make money and so excited to take every opportunity and wouldn't pass anything up, because what if more doesn't come? You know, I was grasping at straws after the way that I grew up, just like, I need something and I'm not going to let go of it. And so at that age, I wouldn't have said no. And so that's why I'm making this video, is because guys will say terrible things. They'll say, you're an ugly, fat, disgusting, if you don't do this, and you're da-da-da-da-da, and they'll put you down until you do something, and it's not worth that. Or they'll just put you down because you won't, and that's not worth that. And I don't think a lot of people who struggle with body dysmorphia are lucky like me. I had an extremely loving partner who constantly reminded me that what I told you, they have their things in their hands. Why do you care what they think? And that he thinks I'm extremely beautiful, and that he finds every part of me beautiful. Like, he doesn't even care for me to wear makeup. He's like, you're beautiful just the way you are. Like, I don't think you need it, and I love seeing you just the way you are. You know, thinks I'm beautiful with makeup too, but loves me for me. And if I didn't have that, I don't think it would have been as easy to make it through all of the insults and all of the hard days and all of the times where I truly believed these people were right, because they were saying exactly what I thought in my head. I don't think everybody can make it through that. I really don't. So definitely another one of those things where it's like, please, 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 please think about this for yourself and your mental well-being. It has taken a lot of undoing to undo just the things I've said to myself. It's even harder to undo the things that other people say to you because they stick with you, even if they're not true. And even if they just have their things in their hands, there's certain ones that will just always stick with you. And yeah, I definitely don't think that if you're a sensitive person that struggles with body dysmorphia, that this is the field for you. And there's plenty of other things to do, trust me. With that being said, thank you for coming back to Confessions of a Cam Model, and I hope you join me again for another topic. Not sure what we're going to talk about next. I'm excited though.